Hey ladies, in today's video, we're going to talk about 6 things feminine women never reveal. In the last video, we spoke about why beautiful women shouldn't overshare. And so we're going to go one level deeper. The first thing is your finances, point blank. Your friends and your family members shouldn't know your annual salary, because what's going to happen is they estimate what you're able to do as far as your lifestyle. Some will compete with you secretly, and some may end up asking you for money because they think you have enough to share based on what you told them you earn. So they're basically budgeting for you. I do think that as far as personal budgeting and getting smarter with your money, you do need some advice. So that involves transparency, but you need to only speak to someone who you really trust, who has shown that they know how to spend money well, whether it's investments or their own property or they run a business. Someone who you can see looking at their life and from conversations with them in general that they know what they're talking about when it comes to money. Or you could take a finance course online or maybe a workshop. But money in of itself is a private matter for feminine women. And revealing too much about your income, your expenses, or even your financial struggles will shift how people treat you. Sometimes it invites judgment. Sometimes it invites unwanted advice. So keeping your mouth shut and having some form of privacy basically just helps to protect you. The second thing is your full thoughts or emotions. Feminine women don't lay out every emotion for public consumption. You shall never ever lay all your cards out on the table for people to see. And sometimes you think you're sharing with one person and then they share it with others. I did this recently and I shared a situation with a relative only for someone else to comment about it or allude to it via WhatsApp. So you have to keep the full spectrum of your feelings close and protected. Oversharing your emotions, sometimes you could end up feeling drained, and it also gives people a chance to misunderstand you. So gauge people, and even if you think you know them, never lay out all of your emotions. Basically, be selective. And when it comes to WhatsApp, also use the disappearing messages on the text, voicemail, and so on, because people do screenshot and share messages all the time. And if you think someone might do this, then that's more reason for you to think twice if you should send a message. The third thing is your true goals. There's this misconception that femininity is all about softness and living a soft life, but many of us have ambition. Feminine women don't broadcast every goal or plan they have though. Instead, they may talk about the minor stuff like, I want to lose 10 pounds, but why you want to lose 10 pounds or how it's part of your level up plan. Keep that information to yourself. Same thing with school. Everyone doesn't have to know you're pursuing your MA or your BA or your PhD. They'll know when they see the doctor in front of your name, basically. Sometimes it's better to allow space to nurture your dreams and follow your dreams quietly, in the sense that, it's a priority in your life, but because you're not running your mouth about it or giving people updates, when you finally achieve whatever it is, it seems like it was done quietly to others because you just weren't talking about it. But when you keep some things under wraps, the advantage is you can avoid unnecessary pressure and competition and people's unsolicited advice, even if they think you're being quiet or sneaky or whatever people might want to say. You could also avoid monitoring. The fourth thing, or the fourth thing women should not reveal, your deal breakers. Feminine women know their worth and have clear boundaries. But here's what they don't do. They don't broadcast their limits to everyone. So that means if you're going on a date, you don't say, these are my boundaries, XYZ. No, instead, you observe a person. What do they do naturally? Whether it's in relationships, friendships, or at work. Reveal your boundaries gradually and only when necessary. That way, it's harder for you to get played because you're seeing how a person naturally is. The fifth thing, your past mistakes and regrets. Everyone has a past, but what you don't do is make your past the headline of conversation, especially if it doesn't serve you. You can learn from your mistakes, heal privately, and don't feel the need to explain or justify anything from your past to anyone. Oversharing your regrets can also weaken your presence, and not everything is a testimony. Not everything is a testimony or has to be known or shared. Even if it may help someone else, you have to know when to reel it in and not share your business. Your story isn't about, it's not about everything that's ever happened to you. It's what you choose to share. And finally, number 6, the full extent of your challenges. Feminine women face challenges just like anyone else. Maybe more, because carrying feminine energy in a world that doesn't always value it isn't easy. But please do not wear your struggles as this badge of honor, or don't have your burdens just out there wearing it on your face. I saw this girl on a reel, I think on IG, and the text said, "Thank God I don't look like what I've been through." So her hair, I remember her hair, it was like braided, it was black and shiny, her lips were red, and she looked hydrated, and she was there eating lunch casually. And the text said, "Thank God I don't look like what I've been through." She looked like someone just out to lunch. She looked capable. She looked like someone will go by and say, "Hey, the meal's on you," in terms of if a gentleman was sitting at the next table. She did not look as if she was on the struggle bus. And I think this is important. For example, if you were applying for a new job, you wouldn't go to the interview with your hair looking busted, because you wouldn't get the job. You'd put on a wig or put your hair up neatly in one. You're not going to look stressed applying for the job, because it's a total turn-off to the potential employer. And as feminine women, we don't have to advertise that we're going through some challenges. Okay, maybe you can't afford the salon. You may be able to buy a relaxer kit, or as I said, wear a wig, or just rock your hair in a bun for a couple of weeks or a couple of months. Do not broadcast your struggle to the world. And that reminds me also of a story a lady was saying about her husband. He was hiring for a position, and a Black lady came to the interview and basically said, "I really need this job." And she shared a few things about her current situation. Do you think she got the job? No. Because, think about it from a hiring manager's perspective. You hire this person and there might be more problems. You don't have to spill that you really need a job. You're there for the interview because you need a job. Present yourself professionally. So to wrap up, the power in femininity is also knowing what you reveal and what you don't. And this is why I shared those 6 things. You don't have to show or say everything to be seen or heard or valued. And by being selective, it will make you more magnetic. It will make you more powerful, because everyone doesn't know everything about you. This is something you cannot achieve by oversharing. Thank you for watching today's video. Please like it and subscribe so you don't miss what's next. And remember, ladies, to keep glowing inside and out.